Hi, this is Joni, holistic health teacher and human design reader. I had an amazing human design session yesterday with a client in France. Her prior background was in fine food and wine as well. She was a chef, so we really hit it off as we both transferred our skill sets to holistic health, high performance, coaching, teaching, and guiding others from where they are now in life to where they'd rather be. Having worked with several master sommeliers opening several businesses within food and wine, I learned a few things along the way about best practices directly from the farmers, wine growers, and winemakers I worked with. While the label natural is just a trend, truly a marketing scheme within both food and wine, a huge topic in and of itself, stay with me for a minute as I address a couple of things. After following all of the rules and regs of the holistic health coaching worlds, myself and this client in France both came full circle years ago, finding ourselves returning again to the most simple approaches to being well and feeling great in this life, which happens to be very natural, quite European, while also highly personalized and individualized at the same time. This also happens to be what human design is all about, keeping it deeply personal and individual based on ancient practices layered with modern science. But today I'm quickly addressing natural wine. So we find ourselves, once again, taking it back to nature. Without going deep into the complicated food systems and how they differ greatly in Europe compared to America, I'll just say, remember that nature knows and nature nurtures. Keeping it simple. Growing vegetables without toxic pesticides in more pristine soil, safe from ruin by over-farming. Drinking plenty of fresh, clean, and quality water every day. Moving your body more naturally throughout the day versus sitting at desks, while also adding some actual exercise. Nothing crazy, just moderate exercise. Add in a bit of joie de vivre, as in the joy of life, finding small, moderate ways of enjoying this life while we're here. This is the way forward. No measuring food, no timing every run around the neighborhood, living in this constant measuring of everything, which completely translates to a measuring of ourselves up against one another. It's absurd. It doesn't actually do much good in the grand scheme of life. So yeah, enjoy your coffee in the morning. Perhaps an afternoon espresso is your one personal golden ticket to the day. In other countries, labeling organic is behind the US in a sense because they were already doing food, wine, and yes, coffee mostly without spraying everything with toxic chemicals, or putting their fresh eggs through a chemical-laden and bleaching process to preserve them, and then have to refrigerate them like we do here in the US. Fresh eggs are exactly that, fresh eggs. They don't require refrigeration, and they taste a hell of a lot better too. So first, read labels on all food and wine. The word natural is a marketing term. It doesn't actually mean much at all. So even in a place you think you can trust, the well-known Whole Foods type of grocery stores out there, always read the labels. If you're going to drink alcohol at all, put your mind's eye on where it comes from. Lean into the realms that will serve you versus hurt you. Ask questions. Ask a lot of questions when you buy wine. Sometimes a wine has no info on the bottle at all, but the wine shop will be able to tell you much more if they're on top of their you-know-what. If it's not on the label, the seller should be informed and be able to tell you how exactly it's considered natural, whether it's organic and or biodynamic, etc., etc. And if they're really on it, they'll likely know a lot more about all of the winemaker's practices and, most importantly, the wine grower's practices. These guys are the farmers who grow the vines and tend to the vineyards. They should be able to tell you about their practices beginning with the soil, where the grapes are grown, and how the vines are tended to as well. So be very aware of quote-unquote natural wine and what that truly means. And keep it simple. Buy food from a farmer's market if you can, or any local provider. Read labels at all of the grocery stores. Buy wine from people who truly support the wine growers and winemakers who are doing it right. That hangover might actually be a little less painful, although clearly moderation is key. Thank you for joining. My intention with these videos is to bring you digestible snippets of holistic habits to improve your health and well-being. We need your clear mind, healthy body, open heart, and bright eyes now more than ever. I've started these new channels completely separate from past work to serve anyone unable to gain support at this time, beginning with the basics. We humans tend to overcomplicate things. Nature knows and nature nurtures, so let's let her. Find these videos on both YouTube and Library TV. If you're into cryptocurrency, you especially might be interested in Library. That's lbry.tv. Our health is truly our wealth. This holistic health is our birthright. So let's support the farmers, the wine growers, the winemakers, the local farmers markets, the local grocery stores, and help each other, support each other in community to be well. Share, like, subscribe. Thanks again, and I'll see you soon.